Today we're going to find out which team Chris Paul should end his career in. If you're new to the channel, leave a like and subscribe. Let's just get straight into this. So guys, if you have been following the basketball news, obviously you heard Chris Paul has been waived by the Los Angeles Clippers. So we're going to just put him in different scenario teams as per heavy.com. The first team we're going to start out with is Oklahoma City Thunder. And it says here, Paul played a key role in mentoring a young Shai Gilgeous-Alexander during his brief stint with the Thunder. So obviously we're going to put him in the Oklahoma City Thunder, and his rating has gone all the way down to a 75. So he's obviously not going to be a starter, but we're going to give him some playing time and hopefully he's able to win a championship. As you guys can see, Shai is a starting point guard, obviously, so Chris Paul falls down to being the sixth man. I've gave him 22 minutes. Hopefully that's enough. Alright, it is halfway through the season. The Oklahoma City Thunder are currently sitting 11th in the league. So obviously they're doing terribly. They're doing a lot better in real life. So I'm a bit surprised that just adding Chris Paul has made them this bad. Taking a look at the team, Shai leading them in scoring with 32 points a game. And let's just check out Chris Paul. He's only averaging 6. And how many assists? Only 4.9, so 5 assists. And shooting a very terrible 36% from the field and 32% from the three-point line. End of the season, Nikola Jokic is the MVP, averaging 28, 12, and 10 assists basically. Ridiculous splits as well. 58% from the field, 87% from the free throw line, and 41% from the three-point line. Let's see if Chris Paul can get a sixth man of the year. And Chris Paul does not get sixth man of the year, which is disappointing. It goes to Jonas Valanciunas. He did end the season being the sixth seed with 48 wins and 34 losses, so that's much better than what we were originally. Round number 1, we're going up against the Timberwolves. Hopefully we can win this, but yeah. Julius Randle, Anthony Edwards left wide open. Chris Paul, that is your man. Just like that tie game. Anthony Edwards gets clamped up. 3 on the clock, 2 on the clock. Julius Randle has to put up a shot, and he cashes that in. Timberwolves are up by 2 points. Let's go. Anthony Edwards all the way to the rack. That was Jordan-esque. Back to Shai. Shai with the ball, dancing with it, all the way to the rack. Easy finish. So we're taking out Wallace, and we're going to put Chris Paul on. Look at him. He's all the way down in the bench. All right, Anthony Edwards on Chris Paul. 10 on the clock, 8 on the clock. They set a screen. Chris Paul gets completely bodied. Edwards left wide open for 3. Do they have a timeout? They don't. They have to put up a wild shot, and we're going to overtime. Randle all the way. Nice find to read. Edwards just blows right past. Are you kidding? Caruso. Jesus. Clutch shot from Caruso. Here's Shai with the ball right now. Shai, nice find to Chet. Chet, can he finish? Yes, he can. Randle, all the way to the rack, ends up finishing over Chet. All right, 1 minute and 43 seconds left. They are down by 3 points. DiVincenzo left wide open, makes it a 6-point game. Nice, all the way to the rack. Jay Williams, can he finish? Yes, he can. Shai trying to go all the way to the rack, passes it out for Wallace, left wide open, cashes that in, down to a 1-point lead, 58 seconds left. Chris Paul is trying to come on. Here's McDaniels with the ball right now. Now is Reed trying to work himself inside, but he can't. Sets a screen. Chet, you got to play good defense. Chet, out to DiVincenzo, 4 on the clock, 3 on the clock, 2 on the clock, 1 on the clock. Anthony Edwards misses. Now can they run? Caruso running with friends. Jay Williams puts up a wild shot as if he put that up. There's no way he put that up, and they're going to have to intentionally foul because 2K is dumb. They're only losing by 1 point. Surely they did not. They're holding on for the last possible shot, draining the clock. 5 on the clock, 3 on the clock. McDaniels left wide open, misses it though. They're not calling a timeout. Why would they not call a timeout? And they end up losing by 1 point. Chris Paul must be pissed because he did not get to come on. Game number 2 was a complete thrashing for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's check the box score right now. Shai with 40 and 14 redemption game. And Chris Paul chipping in with 9 points in 15 minutes and 4 assists as well. Here's Shai. Shai's injured though. Shai, 16 on the clock. Shai trying to force his way and he gets there. Tie game. Shai's doing this for Paul, man. Here's Julius Randle now. Randle, 9 on the clock. 8 on the clock. 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. puts up the dumbest shot I have seen. Why would he take that over such a tall player? I guess we're going to an overtime once again. Wallace with the ball still. Out to Jalen Williams. Can he get a screen from Chet? Yes, he does. Left wide open for three. Can he cash that in? Yes, he does. Wallace, nice find to Jalen Williams. Here's Shea. Shea still injured. Nice find. Shea, nice screen from Chet. Shea still with the DiVincenzo right on his neck though. DiVincenzo playing some good defense. They're trying to set all the screens for Shea. Shea ends up finding Wallace. Nice shot. Shea steps back. Shea tween between the legs. Passes it to Hertenstein. Hertenstein backing down. Passes it out to Williams. Williams pump fake. Williams out to Wallace. Wallace looking for Shea. Shea dancing with it. He's a bit crippled though. You can tell the way he's playing. Shea, 2 on the clock. Passes Chet Holmgren. Wide open for 3. Bricks the shot though. 52 seconds left. Anthony Edwards to Randall. Randall, tween. Randall, tween. Randall, back to Edwards. Edwards, what are you going to do with it? Edwards steps back. Edwards on Shea. Should be a baby since he's injured. And yes, he shows that. Tie game. 35 seconds left. They should hold for the last shot. 35 seconds left. They pass it to Hertenstein. Hertenstein puts up a nice floater layup. Second free throw is also good. Makes it a 4-point game. Edwards all the way to the rack and dunks that right on Shea's face. Not Shea, Chet, sorry, my bad. And yep, Shea going to the free throw line where he lives. Second free throw is also good. All right, 11 seconds left. Let's see what they can do, you know? Anthony Edwards passes it to Randall. Randall, what a stupid shot. What the hell? I think he was trying to pass it, but there was a deflection. So yeah, we end up taking game number 3. So unfortunately, Shea is injured with a bruised right shoulder for 1 to 2 weeks. Hopefully that does not affect him too much. We did win that game, so let's continue. Game number 4, a win for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Let's check out the box score. Anthony Edwards, 27 and 11. Naz Reid, 20 and 8. Let's check out what Chris Paul did. Chris Paul, 5 and 2 assists. All right, man, 2-2. Can Shea and crew pull up? Let's see. Next game, we end up winning. Can we get out of this round? Next game, we end up winning. We're going all the way now. And who we versing? The Clippers, which was the team that got rid of Chris Paul. Let's simulate through this game. Game number 1, we end up taking. Game number 2, we end up taking. Game number 3, we end up taking. Game number 4, we end up sweeping the team that got rid of Chris Paul. That's what you love to see, man. Okay, so for the Western Conference, we're going up against also one of Chris Paul's former teams. So let's simulate game number 1, we end up taking. Game number 2, they end up taking. Game number 3, we end up taking. Game number 4, they end up taking. Oh my goodness. Game number 5, we end up taking. Can we close it out in 6? Yes, we can. All the way to the finals. Chris Paul has been here before, but he just hasn't won. All right, this should be an easy win for us, to be honest. Game number 1, we take. Game number 2, they take. Okay. Game number 3, we lose. Okay. Game number 4, down 3-1. Are you kidding me? Down 3-1. And game number 5, we end up losing once again. So Chris Paul cannot do it with the Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, on to the next team. As you guys can see, it's going to be the Lakers. And as per heavy.com, as for the Lakers, Paul shares a close friendship with LeBron James and JJ Redick, and also resides in Los Angeles, making it a natural fit. In fact, he chose to sign with the Clippers this offseason to stay close with his kids and family, etc., etc. So we put him in the Los Angeles Lakers. Can LeBron James, Doncic, and Austin Reeves help Chris Paul finally get a championship? Obviously, he's the 11th man. He's all the way down there. He's not going to get much minutes. I put 12 minutes for him. That should be enough, but we just want to get him a ring. All right, end of the season, Nikola Jokic once again is the MVP, and I'm actually unsure, guys, if we even made the playoffs. Like, the team was so bad. I'm not sure if the Chris Paul curse is actually real. Taking a look at the league table, we are all the way down to 20th. 37 wins, 45 losses. Chris Paul is not the floor raiser he claims to be. Taking a look at the team, we see LeBron James is injured. So that could also, have played a part in why we're so bad. Luka Doncic, 98 rated player. But let's look at what Chris Paul did. Chris Paul in 12.9 minutes averaged 5 points, 1 board, 3 assists. And he shot way better than he did compared to when he was with the Oklahoma City Thunder from the field, and from 3-point also very well. So yeah, I did decide to keep injuries on because that is realistic. Chris Paul is usually always injured a lot. And yeah, the Timberwolves ended up doing it. Okay, on to the last team. Okay, so for the last team, we sent him back to the Houston Rockets. And as per Heavy.com, the Rockets are also an intriguing option. Houston has been operating without a proven point guard since Fred VanVleet went down this season with an ending ACL injury. So for the realism's sake, I'm going to make Fred VanVleet basically a shit player so he does not come on. And Chris Paul is going to be the 7th man. Hopefully that helps. All right, end of the season, Shai is the MVP, 33, 4 and 6, crazy stats, but we don't care about that. I want to see if this team actually ended up making the NBA playoffs. And we did. We are the 7th seed. We're in the play-in though. That's pretty bad. So taking a look at our stats, Kevin Durant led us in scoring, and I want to see where Chris Paul is. He averaged 6 points, 5 assists as well, and very efficient, 40% from the field, I guess, and 39% from the 3-point line. All right, it is a play-in game, and the Chris Paul curse is real, so let's see if he's able to make it past the Portland Trailblazers. And yes, we do. That's what I like to see. We ended up winning very convincingly, 136-96. Chris Paul, did he play? He did not play. Round number 1, we're going up against Oklahoma City Thunder. That's the same team Chris Paul couldn't do it with. So let's just simulate. Game number 1, we end up losing 138-124. Let's see if Chris Paul ended up playing this game. And he did. 8 points, 2 boards, and 4 assists. Game number 2, let's simulate. Game number 2, we end up taking, let's check the score once again. Chris Paul, where are you? Chris Paul had 6 and 3 and 4 assists. All right, we're just going to simulate through. Game number 3, we end up taking. Game number 4, they end up taking. Game number 5, they end up taking. Game number 6, we're going to use Simcast in case it's a close one. And it was not even close, 146-114. Guys, I think the Chris Paul curse is very real. You put him on a team, they can't do much. They make the playoffs, but nothing else. All right, man, I guess if you put Chris Paul in these teams, it doesn't really matter. He's not going to win a ring. Let me know what team you want to see Chris Paul go to retire. Anyway, man, if you like this video, give it a like. Suggest any videos you want me to do and I'll do them. It's been your boy. Take care. Peace.